Welcome to our video tutorial on best practices for Twitter in 140 characters or less. If you know what that means, then great, you're already off to a good start using Twitter. If not, fear not, we're going to get right into it, so let's jump right in. Starting with the basics of Twitter, here is essentially what your Twitter page is going to look like with some explanations on what every section is. But quickly, right here is where your profile photo is going to be. Make sure to use the right one, which will be likely your logo or a headshot, depending on your business and what you're going for. Behind it, taking up this big rectangle here, is going to be your cover photo. You're going to want to make sure to use a quality cover photo that's representative of your business. If you have little to no graphic design experience, do not worry. There are easy-use photo editing utilities such as Canva.com, or you can inexpensively outsource the work on sites like Fiverr.com. Moving down here, this tweets headline here is the number of tweets you have posted. Next to that is the number of users that you are following. Next to that is the number of users who are following you. Next to that is a list of tweets that you have favorited. And next to that is a button that allows you to edit your profile, which I'll show you in just a minute. But that allows you to change your banner image up here, your profile photo here, and your company description, which is 160 characters and is right over here on the left-hand side, which I encourage you to use to describe your business. You can use hashtags to identify your specific interests or handles to identify people who you post with or are connected to. And if you're asking yourself what a handle is or what a hashtag is, we've laid that out for you here. A handle is another word for a username. That's what Twitter identifies as a username, as a handle. You can always tell that a handle is a handle because it has the @ sign in front of it. And it is also used in your account URL, so if your handle is handle, your Twitter URL will be twitter.com/handle. And you're going to want to use that handle or other people's handles in tweets to tweet someone or to mention them in a tweet. And we'll get into that a little bit further down the line. And if you're asking yourself what a hashtag is basically a way to mark keywords or topics within a tweet. And the way to use it is by placing a pound sign in front of a word. They can be used in a variety of ways to show humor, to add context, join a trending topic. And overall, it's going to increase your chances of being found in a search because they do become links to a real-time list of tweets on that topic. And we'll get into a little bit more on that a little bit later as well. Finally, on the right side, Twitter gives you a list of suggestions of who to follow, popular users maybe in your area or people who are related to those folks that you already follow, and a list of trends, some of the most popular trends in your region, both with or without hashtags. So let me just quickly show you what all that means in real time. Here's my example Twitter page. As you can see, I have a big, beautiful banner image back here, and my profile photo here, my business name, my Twitter handle, which you can tell because it has the the @ sign in front of it, my business description in 160 characters or less, my location and external link, which is editable when you click on the Edit Profile button, which I'll do here. And when you click that, you can change your header photo, you can change your profile photo, you can change your business name, description, location, link, and the theme color of what the Twitter page looks like, your birthday if you wish to do that. And here you have your number of tweets. I've only tweeted one. The number of people I'm following, number of people who are following me. And I promise you next to that would be favorites if I had favorited anything, which I have not yet. But that would be there if I did. So there it is. I just favorited my own tweet, and there it is. And finally, on the right side, a list of suggestions of people to follow that you can easily follow just by clicking the follow button, and a list of about 10 trends that are trending right now. So you can follow those conversations by clicking on any of these. And like I mentioned, as you can see, this is hashtag Frisky Friday, which automatically makes this a link in and of itself. Let's move on to some best practices, each of which are 140 characters or less. And if you haven't figured out why these would be in 140 characters or less, it's because Twitter only allows you to post in 140 characters or less. So with that, my first tip to you would be to keep posts short. And that might seem obvious because I just told you that Twitter only allows you to post 140 characters in a tweet. However, I urge you to consider keeping your tweets even shorter, at or around 100 characters. And the reason for that is it allows others who wish to retweet your tweet enough space to add some of their own comments. And I can show you what that means. If I go, for instance, to this person's page here, if I go to retweet, which is this button here in the center, Twitter now allows me to enter in my own comment. And so when I tweet that, it'll post on my own page and all my followers will be able to see it right here. It allows me space to write in my own comments, and here's the link to what they said. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that so that they don't get suspicious of me. But that's all that means. Next is to follow. And if you noticed all those follow buttons that I showed you just a moment ago, you're going to want to go ahead, and if you've just created an account recently, follow some of the other experts in your field who you can converse with or share articles from, and follow some of those businesses that you wish to work with. And the reason for that is because every time you follow someone, they're going to get a notification that you followed them instantaneously. So you'll see that when that happens to you, someone's going to choose to follow you. You'll get a notification that they have followed you, which leads me to my next point, which is to interact. So if someone does follow you, you don't hesitate to reach out to them, especially if they share some of your interests or are a local business that you want to work with. Thank them for the follow. Offer to engage them in any conversation that you think might be appropriate. So don't just follow, interact. It'll show that you're interested in what they have to say, and it'll build your following and create more goodwill within your community. Next, you'll want to be social, which seems obvious because this is a social network. And as with all social media, you want to make sure to use it to be social. So again, respond to some of those inquiries, engage with users. By doing this, it's ultimately going to allow you to learn more about those users' interests, those businesses who you want to work with, and deliver on their needs. The next piece is leveraging the power of now, which means on Twitter specifically and more broadly in this day and age, users want to discover what's happening now. They don't want to wait for it. We have short attention spans. So research has shown that you can capture people's attention with words that create a sense of urgency, like now, hurry, quick, act now. Those sorts of things that I'm sure that you've heard in television commercials and elsewhere. There's a reason that they're used. It's because it's effective, and it's been shown to be effective. So anytime that you can use those kinds of calls to action and create that sense of urgency, go ahead and use it and leverage the power of now. Next, we want to get a handle on handles. So as I mentioned at the beginning, handle is just basically Twitter speak for a username, but it's a little bit more than that. When you use another user's handle at the beginning of your post, you're tweeting directly to that person. So then they're going to be able to respond directly back to you, and you can have a conversation that way. If you use a Twitter handle anywhere else in the post, it's simply going to mention that person. So they're still going to get a notification either way, regardless of how they use their handle and how you decide to speak with them. But the latter way, in terms of putting it anywhere else in your post outside of the very beginning, is going to kind of keep it open to the public. It's going to keep it more as a public conversation, whereas if you use their handle at the beginning of your post, that keeps it more of a conversation between the two of you. Next is finding conversations to join, and it's as easy as using the search function at the top to find out what people are already talking about on your subject and joining in those conversations, rather than just kind of blindly putting out your own tweets and hoping that people will stumble across them. So I'll show you quickly an example of what that means. If we want to find topics of conversation on social media, for instance, I'll show you a couple quick things. I'm just typing in social. The first thing that comes up beyond my business is social media today. If I'm in the business of social media and I want to be an expert on social media, I'm going to want to follow this page because this appears to be an expert on my field. So I'm going to go ahead and follow them, and now I can see all of their articles appear on my newsfeed, and I can reply to them, I can retweet them, I can favorite them, and engage with this company. Alternatively, I can use hashtags to find what is happening around me and what conversations are happening. So like I mentioned earlier, you can either search for it up here by searching for a specific hashtag, or if you wish to kind of see what's trending on whatever given day, you can scroll down, and on your right-hand side, you'll see a list of trends that are popular happening right now. So this first one, World Smile Day, for instance, I'll click there. And that's something that you can begin to, hop in the conversation and start talking about this particular topic, in this case, World Smile Day. So I guess there's a Happy Hollywood blog that's tweeting about it. All of these people, as you scroll down, are tweeting about this World Smile Day. So you can find the person that you want to engage with and converse with, and do so. Otherwise, you can create your own tweet and include the hashtag World Smile Day and be a part of that conversation. And you'll see I've used the hashtag World Smile Day in my post, and if I click that again, it takes me to that same list of conversations in real time as they're being posted. Next is to focus on your passion. And this might seem obvious, but Twitter especially is a social network that creates and allows people to really kind of carve their own niche. So if you stick to tweeting about what's important to you and what you know best, people are going to start flocking to you as an influencer in that particular industry. So again, if your passion and your focus, your business focus is on social media, you're going to want to stick primarily to that topic and really focus on that topic and focus on that passion. And that's going to assure people who come across your Twitter handle that you are a professional and influencer in that industry. Related to that is don't be fake. Be true to your brand and tweet naturally. And what I really mean is don't be too salesy. A lot of people and most businesses obviously have something that they want to sell, but nobody really likes to feel like they're being forced something. So it's okay to highlight something that you're selling here and there, but certainly you don't want to make it feel like all of your tweets or the majority of your tweets are devoted towards selling yourself, your business, or your product. Just be genuine and be passionate, and that the sales will come that way. And our final two is avoid overcapitalization. As an example, I've written out in all caps, you do not like to read tweets in all capital letters, and your followers won't either. In fact, it will likely turn them off. And I'm guilty of being tempted to use capital letters when I want to stress certain things in my tweets. but believe you me, it's not going to come across the way that you likely are intending it to. So just avoid using too many capital letters and capitalizing too many words. It comes off as harsh. In internet speak, when you use capital letters, it's kind of another way to yell. So I don't think, unless you're in some very niche business, that you're going to want to be yelling at your potential customers, at your followers, and at your clients. And finally, use hashtags intelligently. We've gone over a little bit what hashtags are, how you can use them to search for trending topics, and so forth. But here's a short list, each bullet point in 140 characters or less, about how to use hashtags intelligently. Join a trending topic. So we went over that a little bit. You can search for a trending topic, in this case World Series 2015, or you can join it quickly by just tweeting, "What a game last night," hashtag World Series 2015. Get found in searches. So again, relating to joining a trending topic, you can target anyone who might be interested, for instance, in owls by hashtagging the word owl. And then all owl enthusiasts who decide to see what people are tweeting about on the subject of owls will and may come across your tweet at that time. You can use hashtags to add context. So, for example, if you're taking a photo from the Empire State Building, you could tweet something to the effect of, "What a view!" hashtag Empire State, and people will know where you are intuitively because you hashtagged Empire State. Show humor or emotion. So, for example, if you just got a new job, you can say, "Just got a new job," hashtag excited. That shows the emotion that you are excited. You can also use hashtags in humorous ways. Just be careful with that you don't want to offend anyone. And finally, don't use hashtags that have no relevance to you. This might seem obvious, but people will get annoyed if you, for instance, are just trying to hop on a trending topic for the sake of it, and in your tweet, it has nothing to do with that topic, or you really have no reason to be a part of it. So just, be careful how you're using hashtags, where you're appearing in tweets and in conversations. And, as I mentioned earlier, stick with what you're passionate about and be genuine. So to recap, understand the basics of Twitter. If you need to revisit the first slide that kind of walked you through all the different pieces of a Twitter profile page and how each piece functions. Keep posts short. Again, we're limited to 140 characters. When you can, try to limit it to about 100 so that it allows your users some room to add their own comments to the retweet. Follow others, influencers in your field and businesses that you wish to target. Each time you do that, they'll be notified that you're following them, and it'll really show that you care about what they have to say. Interact, be social. These two kind of go hand in hand. You want to interact with people and join in conversations and show people that you're interested, and use social media the way that it was supposed to be used, to be social. Leverage the power of now. Again, use words like act now, act quickly, quick, etc. Create that sense of urgency. Get a handle on handles. Again, you can review this presentation to find out exactly how to use handles, but when you use a handle at the beginning of a tweet, you're kind of conversing directly to that person, and if you're using a handle in the middle or anywhere else in the tweet, it's kind of just mentioning that person. Find conversations to join. Again, you can do that using hashtags or just using the search bar at the top of the Twitter platform. Focus on your passion. I feel like I've been stressing this the entire time, but stick with what you know and share helpful tips about your business and about your topic and the field that you're in. It'll show people that you're an expert in that field, and they will flock to you to get the most up-to-date information on that particular field. Related is don't be fake. Again, you just want to be genuine. Don't be too salesy. Don't push products on people too hard. Just be genuine. Show people that you're passionate about what you're in the business of. Avoid overcapitalization. That one's obvious. Just don't use too many capital letters in your posts. And finally, use hashtags intelligently. I feel as though, there's a lot of reasons to use hashtags, obviously. So just make sure that you're conscious of how you're using them, where you're using them, when you're using them, etc. But again, you can use hashtags to join existing conversations. You can use hashtags to give people who have a specific interest a heads up about that topic, and they're more likely to come across your Twitter handle. That's it for today. I hope that all of that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My name is Justin, and connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Google+. Thanks.